Greetings, my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is the High Priest, L.D. Smith, the Watchman on the Wall. Family, I'm coming to you guys today because today is the end of the 40 years. And I want to encourage you guys to show you guys that what I'm talking about, the 40, has happened many, many times before. So I just want to get you guys on the right page and get you in the right frame of mind. But I'm letting you know that after 40 comes a transition. And that means change is coming. Things are going to change. And you're going to see it. You may not agree with it, but I'm telling you, if you have been preparing, you would know things are going to change. 40 all through the Old Testament. When you see 40 in it, it brings about change, whether it's good or bad. Okay? Now, let us go here. And then, like I said, I want you guys to think about the reading. I want you guys to listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Think about it. All right? Now, here we go. I'm not going to go through my whole introduction, but let us go here to Exodus chapter 34. Exodus chapter 34. All right? Let's look at verses 27 and 28. It says, "And the Lord said unto Moses, write these words, for after the tenor of these words, I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel." And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. See that? Here you can see change. You can see change coming. Why? Because now they got rules. They got laws. See? So after 40, there is a transition of change is coming. Now change is going to come upon this planet that we live. Change is going to come for us. Change is going to come for those that have oppressed us. Change is coming. Change is here. Okay? Now, let's go look at 1 Kings. 1 Kings, let's look at 1 Kings, 1 Kings 19. Now, I'm going to show you something here. 1 Kings 19. Let me get over there real quick. I want to make this real short because we're running for time. There's some other things that I got to do. 1 Kings 19. Let's look at verses 9. "And he came hither unto the cave, and lodged there. And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, and he said to him, What thou doest here, Elijah?" Now, let's back up. We're going to back up, all right? Let's back up to verses 7 here. All right? 1 Kings 19:7. It says, and the angel of the Lord came again unto the second time, and touched him, and said, Arise, eat, because the journey is too great for thee. See here? The journey. He's finna go on a journey. All right? He arose and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat 40 days. So what it's saying is, what he ate then, for 40 days after that, he ate nothing. But look what he's going to do. He's going to make change. And that night hither the mount of God. And he came hither unto the cave. And the Lord there lodged there. And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, and said unto him, What doest thou here, Elijah? And he said, I have been very jealous for the Lord God of hosts, for the children of Israel have forsaken thy covenant, thrown down thine altars, and slain thy prophets with the sword, and I alone am left, and they seek my life to take away. And he said, Go forth, stand upon the mount, therefore the Lord, and behold, the Lord passed by, and a great strong wind rent the mountain and break it in pieces. See here? The Most High is showing him He's showing him. He have told him what to do. He's telling him to go. He's afraid. He's in the cave hiding because he think, well, I'm the only one left. But if you read the whole story, the Most High says down there, he got I don't know how many thousand. I think it was 7,000 that he had. See, so change is coming. Change is coming. As a matter of fact, change is here. Now, let us go here. But you see, it happened after what? After the 40. Now, let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Real quick. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 4. Now, watch this right here. Let's look at verses 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, it says, and when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on thy right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Judah 40 days. See that? He's bearing the iniquity of Judah for 40 days. Change is coming. He's in the gap for him. I have appointed thee each day for a year. Therefore thou shalt set thy face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and thine arm shall be uncovered, and thou shalt prophesy against it. And behold, I will lay bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn thee from one side to the other. In other words, if he got tired, you said, no, you're going to stay over here because this is how I want it. And see, one has to understand that this is God's plan. He says in Isaiah 55, he says, my ways are not your ways, neither are my thoughts your thoughts, said the Lord. See, so your way of getting out of trouble and thinking about it, I ain't thinking about it like that. God has his own way, and I'm going to show you. Now he says here, for from one side to the other, till thou hast ended the days of the siege. Take thou also unto thee wheat. Okay, all right, he's telling him, what's to take. But you can see here that after the 40, there's a transition. Something is going to change. And as I stated, family, change is already here. Now let's keep on going here. Now let's go to Genesis chapter 7. Now watch this right here. Let's go back to the beginning. Genesis chapter 7. Now watch this. Let's look at verses 4. He says, Genesis chapter 7, verse 4, it says, for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days, 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made, I will destroy from off the face of the earth. See that? We'll see it after 40 days. Life is reintroduced to the world. Do you see that? After 40 days, the water subsided, Noah came out, and there was a new beginning. A new beginning. Family, I'm telling you, our change is here. You might not can see it with these right here, but you will see it with these. Because change is here. Change is here. And if you have been preparing, you'll be fine. But we're going to have to trust the Most High God. Now let's look at another one here. Let's go to Samuel real quick. Samuel, let's go to Samuel real quick. First Samuel. Now watch this because we're going for time. First Samuel. Let's look at 17. First Samuel 17. Let's look at 15. Let's look at First Samuel 17, let's do 15 down to 15, 16. He says, well, let's back up to 14. He says, and David was the youngest, and the 3 eldest followed Saul. But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. And the Philistine draw near morning and evening, and presented himself. See that? 40 days. But then after 40 days, what happened? A change came. What was the change? David slew Goliath. Family, a transition is here. You're going to witness a change. You may not see it right now with your eyes, but it's here. I'm showing you. God doesn't change. The Most High doesn't change. See, let's go back and look at Numbers real quick. Let's go look at Numbers. Watch this right here. Let's look at Numbers 14 real quick. I don't want to be here too long. Numbers 14. Let's look at verse 34. Let's look at 34 here. It says, after the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year. See that? Each day was for a year. That's why they wandered 40 years in the wilderness. Because they was over there 40 days. And for each day they spent over there, that made them go around that same mountain another year. It says here, shall bear your iniquity, ye shall know my breach of promise. Now you see, he promised them. He promised them that I'm going to give you a land flowing with milk and honey. But the spies went over there and it took them 40 days. So each day he added on a year. Now we at the end of my 40 years. Transition is here. I was put on a Trailway Greyhound bus the same way Joseph sold his brothers. Joseph's brothers sold him into Egypt. I was sent here on a one-way ticket, not to come back. They dust their hands off. Finally got rid of them, just like they did with Joseph. But family, I'm telling you, transition is here. There is a change. Now let's go for a little further here. Let's look at Numbers. Did we do that? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now you can see here that they wandered out in the wilderness for 40 years until they came to the Jordan. They crossed the Jordan. It was like a veil being lifted. They passed through it, and they crossed it and entered into the promised land, which one can say that it was a symbol. It was a symbol of, what can I say? A flourished land, a land of plenty, a land of abundance, fruitful. Yes, a land like that where you didn't have to want for nothing, even though he fed them manna and quail, didn't he? But now you're stepping out of death, but now you're stepping into life. Do you see what I'm saying? Because where they went, it was just life everywhere in abundance. They had wells, they had springs, they had rivers, they had the plains, they had everything that a person could want. And this is where we are now. We're finna go into an area of waiting, trusting the Most High God. Things are going to get really, really bad now. They are. But you have to trust God. You have to trust God where you have to follow the instructions that he's given me to give you. You have to trust God the same way our ancestors trust Joshua. You can't be afraid of what you're seeing and hearing about the government closing down, how high-priced foods are. All of it. You can't be concerned about that. God knows it. He's the one that's doing it. But you got to trust that he's going to make a way for you. Same way he fed Elijah during the famine, He caused a ravenous bird, to bring him meat every day. And he gave him water to drink at the brook. See, God is not going to leave us. He's coming to get us. Now let us go to Isaiah 65. Let's go there real quick, and then we're going to be through because, like I say, we're on a time schedule. We're on a time schedule, and I got to get this done. Isaiah chapter 65, let's look at verse 13. He says, therefore thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Those are the ones that don't believe in the Most High. Those are the ones that are not trusting the Most High. Those are the ones that's going outside his covenant, doing other things, believing in other things. They're going to be hungry. But God says his servants, they're going to be fed. Now look what he says. My servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Now remember now, over in the book of Daniel, he said some going to awake to what? Everlasting shame and contentment. See that? Why? Because they didn't trust the Most High God. They didn't. Now watch him. He said, behold, my servants, with an S, shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry from sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord shall slay thee, and shall call his servant by another name, that he who blesses himself in the earth shall be blessed self in the God of truth, and he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hidden from my eyes. That's what he said, hidden from my eyes. For behold, I create new heaven with an S, new earth. Look up earth, it's ground. And the former shall not be remembered, nor come to mind. But be ye glad and joyful, for even in that which I create, for behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor violence, nor voice of crying. There shall be no more hence and infinite of days. In other words, you can live a long time. Ain't gonna be no more short days. You gonna live a long time. He said, nor an old man that has not filled his days, for the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be a curse. See that? And then he goes on, he says, and they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit, because that's how it was when we moved up under the curse. We worked and didn't get paid nothing for it. We build houses and they live in them. We are out there planting the crops in the field. They inherit all the crops and they make the money off of it. We get nothing but the scrapes. But look what he says. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are, the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of thine hand. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Now let me see, do I need to go a little further? Yeah, let's keep on going. They shall not labor in vain, nor bear forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that after that before they call, I will answer, and while they yet speak, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like a bullock, and the dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, said the Lord. That's what we got to look for. It's coming, y'all. But you have to remember this. Let's go to Malachi. Now watch this. Watch this right here. See, because one has to understand this. Let's go to Malachi real quick. Let's go to Malachi. Malachi chapter 4. It says, behold, the day cometh, said the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up unto as calves of the stall, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the sole of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb to all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. All praise. That's why we go back to what? The 10 Commandments. Now look what he says here. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with the curse. Now again, how can anyone say Exodus chapter 20 verse 12 is not talking about your earthly father when you say honor thy father and thy mother? And it's right in the pages. But anyways, we're going to talk about that on another tip. But here's the thing. Family, we're going into a transition. You can look for change. Change is here. But are we ready? Are we ready? I'm ready. And I hope you are ready also. So until our Sabbath, I say shalom, family. And I love you. And look for the a change, okay? Look for the transition. Because what you look for or not, it's going to take place. And it has started taking place even as I speak now. So shalom, family. Love you guys.